Hi Stampers, and welcome to the December Video Kit Club. I've got a fun card for you this month. This is a magic card with Max. I thought this would make a cute New Year's card. He says cheers. So let's go ahead and get started with the card. And what I did is I cut a piece of scrap paper, this is just typing paper, to 3.5, and I'm going to slide this in here so we can stamp around the edges without stamping on any of the other part of the green. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to use the Swirls and Flakes stamp, and we're going to use Versamark. And before we start stamping, let's use our ecstatic real good so the embossing powder doesn't stick where we don't want it. And then we're just going to randomly stamp around the edge of the card on the frame part. And since we've got this piece of white paper in the middle, you don't have to worry about stamping off of it because it just barely fits on there, and you want it to kind of go off of the edges anyway to give it a more finished, complete look. So stamp that, and then in your kit you're receiving Royal Emerald embossing powder, and we're going to emboss. I'll take the scrap paper out now. So we're going to sprinkle the embossing powder on the flakes and swirls. And this is just a really pretty sparkly green embossing powder. It's got the glitter in it already. Go ahead and pull that to the side right now, and then I'm going to heat this. Okay, so there's the window of our card. The embossing or the heating does sometimes warp the cardstock, but after you've worked with it a little bit, it'll lay back down. I'll go ahead and clean that off. Okay, now you've got your window embossed, and you're going to take the longer of the two white pieces of cardstock. This is going to be the slider part that is going to slide up and down with Max on it. Okay, and what you're going to do is line this piece up on inside the card in between the two score marks, your center score and your edge score, and you're going to butt it up against the bottom of the card. And you're going to lay that over, and then this is going to be your template for stamping Max so it's centered. If you don't like the idea of stamping right in the center here, you can always lightly pencil in some of the edges and erase it later. But I'm just going to use this as my template. We're using StazOn ink, and you're going to use Max, and you're going to ink him up. I think I'm shaking the whole table. Okay, then we're going to stamp right in the center here where Max belongs. Okay. And there's Max. And then what you're going to do is take this out, and you're going to take the piece of acetate. Now the acetate is cut a little bit larger than your white piece of cardstock on the sides. Go ahead and line it up on the top and the bottom and center it in the middle. And then you're going to ink up Max again, and you're going to line it up the best you can exactly over what you already stamped. okay, and stamp them on the acetate. And see, then when you pick it up, you can exactly line it up where you need it. Okay? And that is going to be the slider piece then. What you're going to do is take the acetate off, go ahead and color Max using whatever method you want to use to color. I've already got one colored, voila. I used Copics on this one instead of the Gamsol and Prismacolors. And then you're going to use the red liner tape that comes in your kit, and you're going to put a strip right across the top there. And you're going to peel this up. And the easiest way to get this lined up is hold it up above the tape, place it exactly on top of your cardstock so it's lined up, and then you can just drop your acetate. And then your frog is going to be, Max is going to be completely lined up there. And then what you want to do is use your paper cutter to trim the edge. Or if you want to, you can use your scissors. You just want to trim and keep the bottom piece the same size. You're just trimming the acetate. Okay, then for your top band, we're going to use the green strip. It's scored in half, so go ahead and fold it. And we're going to put another piece of red liner tape back across the top of the card. Go ahead and place it in there so it's centered. Stick it in there, and then go ahead and press it down, and then turn it over, and then we're going to go ahead and put a piece of tape here and stick that down. Okay, so there is our Max. Here's the front of your card, and what you're going to do for your card then is your other piece of white cardstock, you're going to go ahead and lay down right in the center of the bottom when it's open, and we're going to put red liner tape right down that edge. It's scored, so go ahead and fold the score so it's good and creased already. And then peel off your red liner tape, line your card up there, and just press it down. Okay? Then what we're going to do is this other side, we're going to fold this score in as well. We're going to go ahead and put a piece of red liner tape over on this side again. Peel that off. And go ahead and line up your edges. I like to start at one end, and it should just fold right over right like that. Okay? And now the only thing we need to do is to stamp our cheer. The cheer is going to only be stamped on the white cardstock. So you can actually do that before you put it all together if you want. But I'm just going to lift this up, and I'm going to stamp cheers there. Okay, so you can see it there. And then to make the magic part, what you're going to do is you're going to slide, open up the acetate in the card, and then you're going to slide the cardstock image underneath the white, and then the acetate is going to go on top of the white. And then it's going to slide right in there. And there's your magic card. Okay? I hope you enjoy making these cards as much as I do. They're fun to make, and they're even more fun to give. And watch the expressions on your friends' faces. So have fun making Max, and I will see you again the beginning of the year. Bye-bye. Happy stamping.